Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm All Things Wrestling, and today I'm going to be reviewing AEW Dynamite, 3rd of June 2020. We kick off the show with the AEW World Tag Team Championship match, which is Kenny Omega and Handman Adam Page defending against Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian. It was a really good match. The win happened when Handman Page and Omega hit Havoc with the last call, which is a buckshot lariat and V-trigger combo, and Page made the cover. The match was really good. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. It would have been better with a crowd, but hey ho. Overall, it was a very good match. We then saw Tully Blanchard in a limo. Blanchard told Spears he has just what he needs to take him to the next level. Gave him a small lockbox and handed him a single black glove. Excalibur said it represented a new identity. Can we give the segment a 6.5 out of 10? Very intrigued where they're going to take Sean Spears to next. We then had Sean Dean facing against Brian Cage in a squash match. Brian Cage used a buckle bomb because, of course, he would use the buckle bomb because of what's going on in WWE. We kind of knew that was going to happen. Not going to rate the match because it was just a little squash match. But after that, Taz cut a promo, said he was irritated because John Moxley was giggling and snickering as Taz addressed last week. Taz said Moxley needs to get his head straight and take Cage seriously because this isn't a joke. Taz ended the promo with a catchphrase. Beat him if you can, survive if he lets you. Moxley got in the ring, said he was smiling last week because the idea of locking up with Cage is making violence makes him happy. Moxley says Cage is different than everyone else in AEW, but so is he. Moxley said Cage is a machine and he's only human. Moxley can be beaten, but it would take Cage all night long. Cage is swimming with a different breed of shark, and remember that next time he brings him up on TV. I mean, it was very good to start the spark of a good feud between these two. Going to give it a 6 out of 10. We then have Alex Marvez approach Lance Archer in a junkyard. Archer was beating up a masked man. Just a random assault happened on camera. Archer stopped and told Marvez that one loss means nothing to him. He's not here to be a spot monkey, he's here because everyone dies. Jake Roberts apologised to Marvez. Overall, pretty decent. Going to give it a 7 out of 10. Keep Lance Archer strong, he's a very good person. Then we have Matt Hardy in his 2020 persona, not broken. Approached Private Party in their backstage bar. He says, how is Mark Quen knee? Quen says he's not going to miss any time due to injury. Matt said he enjoyed their match last week. Private Party reminded him of the Hardy Boys. He said the Private Party needs help with anything, let him know. Irish Cassidy said Private Party and Hardy could be Hardy Party. Hardy then bumped into Sammy Guevara. Hardy told Guevara that they were cool. Guevara looked at him quizzically. 6.5 out of 10. Maybe something will happen with the Hardys. Then we go to an advert for Fyter Fest, which was announced for 1st of July and the 8th of July on TNT. So over 2 weeks, 2 nights, they're going to be doing Fyter Fest free on TNT. They originally said it would be 10 PM Eastern on TNT, which is 2 hours later than it normally is. And an employee sent a tweet out saying it was going to be 8 PM. So, bit confusing what's going on with that situation. But either way, a free pay-per-view over 2 weeks. Pretty nice. Can't wait for that. We then go to Colt Cabana entering the ring for his match. Jericho entered with Jake Hager and Sammy Guevara, with Judas sang by Sammy Guevara, of course. The camera cut to QT Marshall and Ali cuddling in the ring, in the crowd. For a continuation of their thing that's going on. 5 out of 10. Kind of intrigued, but kind of not overly fussed in the end. The match finished when Cabana did a springboard off the second rope right into a Judas effect. Jericho got the pin. Going to give the match a 3 out of 5. Wasn't an overall bad match. We then go to Jericho cutting a promo. He told the audience to shut their ass and address him with respect. Called Tyson a piece of shit. He's going to do to Tyson what he did to Cabana. Everyone wants to see Jericho and Tyson. He wants to taste Tyson's blood and shove Tyson's head up his own ass. He said he's not waiting for next week, next pay-per-view or next Christmas. He's calling him out right now, the baddest man on the planet, right now. Orange Cassidy came down. Hager tried to hit him. Jericho tried to hit him, but Cassidy didn't get hit. And yeah, it was pretty good actually. Cassidy was entertaining. Gonna give the thing a 7 out of 10. Pretty good. Then we have a Britt Baker hype video. She's working out in a wheelchair. She wasn't working very hard. Had weird, very light weights and that kind of thing. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. It was a bit weird, to be honest. We then had Nyla Rose versus Big Swole. Winner with a spine buster was Nyla Rose. Going to give the match a 2.5 out of 5. Fairly average. Shivani interviewed Big Swole after the match. She said she centered herself after some time off. Even though she lost, she said it's good to be back. Britt Baker began yelling at Swole from her Rolls Royce. Swole went after Baker with a chair, but the doctor pulled Britt Baker away in time. It looks like them two are going to feud when Britt Baker gets back, and I'm very, very intrigued about that one. Going to give the whole bit after the match a 6.5 out of 10. We then had a Shivani interviewing with Darby Allin. He said Darby is one of the toughest guys ever, but he isn't cleared to wrestle after an injury suffered at the hands of Cage at Double or Nothing. He asked Darby if he thought it was Taz after he attempted to mentor him, and he just didn't take to it. Darby said life is one big joke, but he'll get the last laugh. 5 out of 10, fairly average on that one. We then have a sit down with FTR. Shivani was interviewing them. Dak said FTR stands for a lifestyle. Cash said we can stand for whatever we want to. Dak said it's for a revolution right now since they've come to AEW and the pinnacle of tag team wrestling. They put over Private Party, put over Santana and Ortiz, Lucha Brothers, Omega and Page aren't a real team, but they're on the list too. Tony asked why they didn't mention Bucks as an eventual opponent. Dak said he's tired of hearing about the Young Bucks, the tag team of the decade. Dave Meltzer can't stop talking about them. It's not a dream match for them. He doesn't want to have a match of the year with the Bucks. He wants to punch the Bucks in the mouth and have a fight with them. Shivani wrapped up the interview. He said he always thought that FTR stood for Fuck the Revival, which was bleeped. But yeah, that's what he said. Butcher and Blade barged into the interview, had to be pulled apart with FTR. FTR challenged him to a match next week. Going to give the interview an 8 out of 10. Very, very good. Can't wait to see what we're going to get. Announced for next week is FTR versus Butcher and Blade, Colt Cabana versus Sammy Guevara, Mark Hugh Quinn versus the TNT champion, whoever wins between Cody Rhodes and Jungle Boy, Santana and Ortiz and Jake Hager versus Best Friends in Orange Cassidy, and John Moxley is going to be on next week's AEW Dark. Next week looks stacked, to be honest. Cabana gets interviewed, said he's proved he belongs in AEW, but he didn't get it done tonight. He can never get the big win. They were always luring over his shoulder. Mr. Brody said, it's not the loss that matters, how you rebound from the loss. I can help you with that, Cabana. Lee left. Cabana pondered on the offer. 6 out of 10. I can't wait to see. I'm assuming a few between Colt Cabana and Brody Lee on this. And then we go to the TNT title match, which is the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Jungle Boy. During the match, Cody headbutted a wall, causing him to be busted open. They fought through it. They managed on the top turnbuckle, and both went through the timekeeper's table. Jungle Boy goes for a swinging DDT, blocked. Crossroads for the pin. Overall, I'm going to give the match a 3.5 out of 5. Overall, very good. Jungle Boy looked fantastic in the match. So did Cody Rhodes. It was overall a very, very good match. Dustin Brandy came to the ring to check on Cody. Marco Stunt and Luchasaurus came to check on Jungle Boy. Cody and Jungle Boy embraced. And yeah, end of show. I'm going to give the show a 7.5 out of 5. Overall, a very, very good show. I massively enjoyed it. Dynamite is just on fire right now, which is very good. Now, I do hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have, please smash that like button, share and subscribe, and I shall catch you all later. Bye.